Hello, Joe here from Way Scarff Way. We're going to talk about this awesome 2021 Tesla Model Y Performance that we have for sale. One amazing battery electric vehicle, one amazing performance crossover SUV. I've been doing films and buying and selling Teslas for dealerships for about 4 years now. When I first started doing videos and buying Teslas, the Model Y really struck a chord in me. They were kind of newer, they weren't all over the place. But man, things have changed over the last few years. Now the Tesla Model Y is the best-selling car in the world. As of 2023, is the best-selling EV, best-selling car in the world. So people who say, oh, electric cars aren't there yet, well, I think they're wrong. So for electric car to be the best-selling vehicle in the world, it's obviously the technology is there for so many people to adopt it. Tesla has sold millions of these things. And the Model Y was pretty exclusive. 3 or 4 years ago, when we first started selling Model Ys, buying them and selling them, they were going for a premium. They were going for sometimes $10,000, $20,000 over MSRP just because they were so hard to get, and people wanted them so bad they were willing to pay that premium for them. But now Teslas have been able to make millions of them, and the costs have gone down significantly. Instead of having to pay in the $60,000 range, you can get a nice pre-owned Model Y Performance like this in the $30,000 range, and it's a lot of car for your money. It's a lot of crossover SUV for your money, whatever you want to call it. It kind of blends between different categories. This is a lovely color combination on graphite on this premium white interior. The premium white interior is an upgrade. Black is standard, but the premium white I think is about $1,500 around there if you want to get that. It's really nice, kind of brightens up the whole interior. You have this big glass roof panel, lots of natural light inside. Pretty nice in our overcast environment, and in the summertime you can actually get sunshades that are collapsible, so you can put them inside the front or the trunk. They don't take up much space. They're collapsible, and then you can pop them in place. You can also get them on Amazon. They just help reduce the intensity of the sun. And like Teslas, some people ridicule Teslas for having all this functionality in the screen. Why do you have to swipe through so many different menus to access things? Well, it's kind of like using an iPad. The user interface is very smartly designed. It's almost like Apple designed the user interface in this thing. It is very intuitive, but you don't have to swipe through the screen to do everything. There's actually 140 different voice commands. For instance, you can be like, wipers on 1. And it puts the wipers on. Wipers off. Make it warmer. And every time you say make it warmer, it will raise the temperature by 3 degrees. And you keep on doing that until you get a comfortable temperature. And you can also do it the other way. Make it cooler. And likewise, it will lower the temperature by 3 degrees. And you can keep on doing it. Make it cooler. There's 150 different voice commands, and there's also silly stuff like this. This one's not for the kids. Open butthole. And it'll open the charging port. Close butthole. It's nice to see people with a sense of humor. Yeah, but like I said, going through the user interface is very easy. Very simple to use. You can control the feel of the vehicle. You can put it in sport mode, chill mode, steering standard heavy. You can put it in track mode. This has amazing autopilot, which is traffic aware cruise control, which allows the vehicle to brake and accelerate and steer in its own lane. It's a godsend on stop and go traffic. It also works on regular roads. A lot of other ADAS systems, advanced driver's assistance systems that other manufacturers make and use in their vehicles, they only let you operate it on the highway. Autopilot will basically work where if it can read lines in the road, it will work. So you can get a lot of mileage out of it. It's not full self-driving, and not to confuse anyone, it has a full self-driving capability trial, so it expires on November 28th, 2024. So full self-driving does come with Teslas, but if it stays with the vehicle, there won't be an expiration date. If there is an expiration date, it means that it's just a trial, or the previous owner subscribed to it, and that's when the subscription ends. If you like to try full self-driving, it's $99 a month, or you can buy it for $8,000. It works pretty awesome. I have it in my Tesla. Well, just the regular autopilot that this comes with is pretty amazing too. It's kind of like full self-driving light. It just doesn't make left and right hand turns, doesn't stop for stop signs, stops for red lights, but moving with the flow of traffic, steering in its lane, the autopilot works pretty good. So to tell that this is a performance, the performance has a red line underneath the dual motor on the screen and on the back. So the performance Model Y, Tesla does not publish exact horsepower figures, but some people, speculate it has about 400, 450 horsepower, 0 to 60 a little over 3 seconds. I think the top speed is like 155, 160 miles an hour. Very quick. The thing of electric vehicles is they make their power instantaneously. You don't have to wait for the engine to rev. As soon as you hit that throttle, this thing takes off and goes. So it will put a lot of purpose-built sports cars to shame, even though it's a crossover SUV. You have these really cool Google Maps that come with premium connectivity. If you don't like that, you can have just the regular illustrated maps. Charging is amazing. Tesla has an amazing supercharging network. You can use this lightning bolt to locate charging, and you can see, look at, within 10 miles of us, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chargers. And you can just hit that and it will navigate you to the charger, and it will preheat the battery to condition it for faster charging if the battery is really cold, especially in sub-zero weather, close to freezing weather. You always want to precondition the battery. So even if you know where the supercharger is, you should always navigate to it just so it warms up the battery so you charge faster and more efficiently. And then it has an amazing trip planner. That's the other ace in the hole of Tesla, is it has a trip planner which takes the range anxiety out of owning an EV. You just put in where you want to go. Like if we want to go to Spokane, Washington, which is well outside the vehicle's range, it's 115 miles. You just put it in the navigation system and it'll plan your whole trip for you. It'll tell you where to charge for, how long to charge for, so it takes the whole range anxiety out of owning an EV. And if you want to do a round trip, you can see if you have enough range to make a round trip without charging. Pretty amazing stuff. And the amazing thing about all the functionality being tied to the screen is it's infinitely reconfigurable. When you have hard buttons and knobs, those are there forever. You can't change them. But this is like an iPhone or an Android. You get you get a big update and it gains features. This car is constantly gaining features, getting better, improving. They're adding new ways to enjoy premium connectivity. You can watch Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. They're always adding stuff like that. They're adding video games to play. And then they have the toy box, which has like the silly thing like the whoopee cushion and stuff like that. You can have a colorizer. You have a boom box where you can talk through the horn. You can play music through the horn. You can change the sound of the horn to like a goat or other silly stuff. There's a multi-track recorder. Tesla is constantly adding stuff to this vehicle, constantly improving it. So it's one of the few vehicles that actually gets better the older it gets. It gains features. It gains features in the apps, and it also improves and gains safety features as well. I love the look of the Model Y. It kind of has that wedge-shaped look to it. It's kind of minimalist styling, but it has really grown on me. I love the way it looks. Since we don't have an engine here, we have a frunk, which gives you more cargo space. It's also a safety feature because you have a crumple zone that's 60% larger than that of a gas car. You have all that space to absorb crash energy. The Model Y, in fact, is one of the safest crossover SUVs you can buy. One of the lowest rollover risks. Batteries weigh a lot, and the majority of the weight of the vehicle is really down low because that's where the batteries are. So it's like an anchor, it's like a keel keeping the thing planted to the ground. They've done rollover tests, and even if it seems to roll over on its roof, it'll quickly flop right back on its wheels just because of the weight of the battery. So the Model Y Performance gets these beautiful turbine wheels. You also get these red brake calipers for better stopping power. And even though the Model Y is considered a compact, it has a lot of space on the inside. Because you're not hampered by the same design of a gas car with gas tanks, exhaust pipes, drive shafts. Electric vehicles are very simple. You have a battery and electric motor, so it frees up a lot of interior space. This has a lot more interior space than a comparable gas-powered crossover SUV of the same size. Look at me, I'm 6'2". I have plenty of headroom, plenty of legroom back here. These seats are pretty far back, and I still have a ton of legroom back here. Plenty of headroom. It's amazing how much space these things have. Very comfortable for 4 full-size adults. And then being a crossover, you have this lift back with lots of cargo space back here. You can fold down those rear seats for even more cargo space. There's even a camp mode, so you can put a sleeping bag here and camp in it. The camp mode allows you to use the infotainment system, the climate control system without draining the battery as fast. Then we have the original build sheet on this one. Look at this, $66,190. Like I said, these things have come down quite a bit in price over the last few years. But in 2001, this thing was $67,000, and people are probably paying $70,000 or $80,000 in the pre-owned market for lightly used examples. But now, like I said, you can get a nice pre-owned example like this in the $30,000 to $40,000 price range. That's pretty much the average price that you're going to pay for a decent used car. So you have one of the most technologically advanced cars, one of the best-selling cars in the world. There's a lot of pluses, one of the safest. So if you've been thinking about getting an EV, Tesla's a wise choice. They've made more EVs pretty much than anyone else. They're leaders in technology, they're leaders in safety. It is one amazing proposition. Thanks so much for taking the time today to watch this video. Hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful day.